The v.1.3 tier list, and you may notice something that I have left the tier list the same from last video on tier lists. And that's because that the v.1.3, the infinite cards update, added, you guessed it, almost double the amount of cards. These are all the cards we're going to be ranking, and time to rank and see how I think they are. Frenzy, D tier. I don't really pick this card. It just makes coins spawn more frequently. If you don't know what coins do, they're collectibles that you can pick up, and then they'll let you get these items in like a mini shop. So you can get like potions that heal you. You can get you can reroll the cards. You can get max health, etc., etc. And Frenzy is just not a very good card. Blood Dance. Oh, I love this card. I like the idea of this card, but because it's called Blood Dance and it decreases the reload speed, it's not my favorite card, but it's still like insanely powerful to have only critical damage. And paired with faster reload, which I'm going to give C tier, it's just a pretty good card. So I'm going to give it B tier for that reason, but other than that, it's just kind of okay. Wildfire, one of the upgrade cards. Yeah, we added upgrade cards because it made more sense and I can do it way easier now. So, Wildfire. Basically what this does is it's like the original Wildfire from the original games, where it will add in an extra layer of fire around you. And honestly, I think this is better than the original fire because you're dealing more damage in a bigger area, and it's just better. So I'm going to put it in A tier. I really like the card, and it's just really good. Oh, and by the way, regen now does appear at the beginning of will automatically appear in the first shop, so that's kind of nice. Magnet. You get to go in D tier with Frenzy. Magnet is just, again, it's kind of just an okay card. It doesn't really do much. It just makes coins attract towards you, which I guess if you're trying to get a hard-to-get coin, because it's, like, guarded by enemies. But it's just not my favorite card. It's not my pick. Poison. Oh, Poison. Yeah, you get S tier. Poison is incredibly overpowered. Poison, what it does is it deals less initial damage, and then over time it will deal more damage. So for the technical people out there, it deals 5 damage initially, and then over time it'll deal up to 20 damage, which is one hitting and most enemies, which is really good, and it's super useful for enemies like destroyers, which are the worst enemy to deal with in the game. Never have I ever run killers. So poison's just really good for that, and paired with something like where is it? Wait, here. Knockback, it's like insanely overpowered. Glass, another upgrade card. I'm not so sure about this card. I'm just going to give it a solid B tier. Glass's purpose is to make your shield break easier, but in exchange, it turns it into a blast attack that deals damage. And my opinion on it is kind of mixed. It's really fun, but I don't know if it's really that powerful compared to just a normal shield. But I feel like this card is pretty good, and it just makes sense. I wonder why I didn't just make it so that there was more shield like hits to tank, but glass makes sense and it's really fun, so I'll give it a solid B tier. Knockback is a solid S tier. Knockback will push enemies away, and this is basically just dash for your bullets. And Knockback has some really powerful synergies with something like Poison, in which the poison will keep dealing knockback damage. It's really useful with faster reload because it's basically just better air shot, which is just another reason why air shot is so bad. And it's just kind of good. It's just a really good card. I don't really have much to say about it, and it also acts as and it's also good for getting away, similar to Dash. So for that, it gets S tier. I really like the card. Piercing. I don't know why I made this an epic card. This should be an uncommon card. But, here we are. I'm gonna give Piercing a B tier. And I guess Piercing would be useful if you're having, like, a group of the enemies, especially in, like, the second half of the game where enemies start spawning more. But honestly, I don't really need this card. There are other cards out there. But Piercing's okay. I'm fine with it. Black Hole. Oh boy, Black Hole is solid A tier. Black Hole is kind of mixed for me. The point of Black Hole is it's meant to be at free damage to many enemies at once, because the Black Hole will basically prevent the enemies from moving anywhere, and then you can basically just kill them for free, and it's just kind of OP. But on the other hand, I don't know how fun it is. I feel pretty mixed about it. And it's not really the most overpowered thing because it doesn't deal damage on its own. You have to deal damage yourself. But paired with something like Vines, I think this could be overpowered. Speaking of Vines, we actually did rename it to Vines because you'll get to it. Flank originally used to be a legendary, but then I made it an epic because I realized it wasn't that overpowered. I'm gonna put it one rank higher than multi-shot. Flank doesn't really hit on its own, but it's kind of, again, like a mixed feeling. Flank can hit from behind, which could be really useful in some scenarios in case an enemy spawns like behind you. But again, it's more paired with synergies like with bouncy because it bounces, obviously, and maybe even something like bigger bullets. But flank is just kind of like multi-shot, but it shoots behind you. But I do think that a flank is better than a multi-shot because again, you only deal the same amount of damage. So Overgrow, which this is kind of the reason why I renamed Overgrow to Vines, because I made the upgrade card named Overgrow. Overgrow is a solid S tier. Duh. Overgrow just makes Vines even more overpowered, and again, makes Airshot just completely useless. Airshot is so bad now, I'm going to give it its own special tier, because Overgrow is just pretty good. Overgrow just makes your thing larger. It just makes your thing larger. It's really nice, and it's just a good card. It just makes Overgrow more overpowered. Anyway, Airshot gets to go into the what were you thinking tier. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about Overgrow. Also, Overgrow makes Airshot even more useless because it actually increases the length, so I'm pretty sure it could one-shot the pumpkin enemy. Red Carpet is kind of one of the reasons Rarity is only a little bit better now. I'm definitely not giving it B tier, I'm giving it A tier. Red Carpet basically makes it to be able to get any rare, epic, or legendary card easier. It will guarantee it. So rares are usually pretty good. The only not very good rare card is Magnet, and then all the other rare cards are B tier and above. Epics go from C tier and above, and legendaries are B tier and above, which is just really good. So Red Carpet gets A tier for that. Ice. Ice is just a worse version of Fire, but I'm going to put it in the same tier because I used to think this was actually really overpowered in the original version. And it does, and slowing all enemies is just Black Hole, but a little less is powerful because because Black Hole does it for longer, but Ice can keep them permanently slow. So speaking of slowing, time slow. A tier for hard mode. Hard mode, I'm pretty sure, increases the speed of the enemies, if I remember, and being able to slow enemies is just kind of overpowered. I wouldn't say it's overpowered, but it's really helpful, and it just deserves A tier for that. It's just a pretty good card. And faster bullets. Faster bullets. Do we really need faster bullets? No, we don't really need faster bullets. I guess it's more useful than something like bigger bullets or faster reload, but I just don't really know about this card. This card is kind of I don't know what does this do. I guess it makes it easier to hit charger enemies, but you can go into D tier. You're really close to going into the what were you thinking tier. But anyway, that's my full tier list, and as you can see, there are way too many cards in this game, 34 to be exact. And hopefully I got that right, because I can only take this once. I'll see you in the next video.